Hey, my beautiful Royal Sussex Squad family, welcome back to your favourite space where truth gets told, where dignity is defended, and where Meghan and Harry are celebrated the way they deserve to be. If you're new here, welcome home. Go ahead and subscribe, turn on those notifications, and if you've been rocking with us for a while, thank you so much for being part of this strong, supportive community. And of course, if you'd like to show your love for the channel and help keep these truth bombs dropping, don't hesitate to tap that super thanks button. It means the world. So let's settle in, because today's story is one of those petty little palace moves that seems small on the surface but speaks volumes when you zoom out. It's the kind of thing that tells you everything about how threatened the royal establishment still is by Meghan Markle. How even when they try to pretend she's no longer relevant to them, their actions say otherwise. And this time, it's Kate Middleton's longtime personal assistant, Natasha Archer, who's delivering the message in silence with just a few clicks on her Instagram account. Now, most people scrolling past this headline might think it's harmless. Oh, she just unfollowed Meghan. What's the big deal? But we don't do surface level here. We see through the noise. We know how these things work. We understand that in the world of royals, especially the world of Kensington Palace, nothing is ever done by accident. Not the clothes, not the facial expressions, not the photos, and definitely not the public unfollows. Let's start with the facts. Natasha Archer has been working inside the royal household for 15 years. She started off assisting both Prince William and Princess Kate. Over time she moved into Kate's inner circle and eventually became her unofficial stylist, the woman who transformed Kate from girl next door to the carefully packaged image of a future queen. She helped style Kate for global tours, hospital photo ops, public appearances and landmark moments. She was promoted in 2022 to Senior Private Executive Assistant, basically one of the highest levels a personal staffer can reach within the household. This woman was not just dressing Kate, she was part of the palace machine. She was curating an image, crafting a message, playing a role in upholding the monarchy's brand. So, when someone like that goes public on Instagram and suddenly unfollows Meghan Markle, her friends and her brand, it's not just a random social media choice, it's a clear signal. It's subtle but pointed. And it's exactly the kind of cowardly, passive-aggressive behaviour we've come to expect from the people who orbit the Cambridges. Let's be real. Meghan Markle hasn't worked inside that palace for years. She's outgrown them. She's built a new life, a new brand, and a global platform that is not dependent on a title or a tiara. She is living proof that there is a life outside the firm. And yet, here comes Natasha, who's just now leaving the palace to start her own luxury consultancy, quietly wiping Meghan and her circle from her follow list as she prepares to step out into the public world. Coincidence? Please. And notice how she didn't just unfollow Meghan. She also removed follows for people associated with Meghan, her makeup artist Daniel Martin, her yoga instructor Heather Dorak, even fashion bloggers who chronicle Meghan's style, like she's surgically cutting ties with Meghan's influence just before she launches her own brand. Why? What's she afraid of? Is she worried the palace will blacklist her if she appears too friendly with Meghan? Or is she trying to position herself as the approved royal stylist, the one who stayed loyal to the institution? This is the same kind of small-minded behaviour we've seen time and time again from the courtiers and insiders who simply cannot let Meghan be. They've already lost the plot. Meghan and Harry walked away from that toxic system years ago. They gave up the HRH, the royal budget, the royal staff, the royal safety net, and built something real, something powerful, something rooted in authenticity, and yet here they are, still trying to erase her. Let's not forget the pattern. When Meghan was inside the palace, they made her life hell. They leaked stories, twisted headlines, and called her difficult. Even though all she was doing was working, asking questions, and refusing to shrink herself, they let the press call her names while offering full-throated defences of Kate for simply being pregnant. And then when she left, they tried to diminish her relevance, pretended she was forgotten. But if that's true, why are palace insiders still making moves around her? Why do they still monitor who follows her, who connects with her, who supports her? Because Meghan still matters, and deep down they know it. What we're seeing with Natasha Archer is the latest example of the royal machine doing what it does best, trying to control the narrative. Meghan represents everything they couldn't contain, a woman of colour with a voice, a woman who didn't wait to be told how to dress, how to smile, how to speak, a woman who wasn't interested in being a silent ornament for a broken institution. She had dreams, she had talent, and she had the courage to walk away from the palace with her head held high. Meanwhile, Natasha Archer, who worked quietly behind the scenes for years, is now making her debut as a luxury consultant, and her first big statement, deleting Meghan from her digital life. Let's also talk about timing. Archer's page was private for years. She only just made it public, just in time for the launch of her brand. And just before she did that, she did a little spring cleaning. If this isn't about public image, then what is it about? Because let's be honest, if she really had an issue with Meghan, wouldn't she have unfollowed her years ago? This is performative. This is about optics. This is about loyalty signals, a way to say, don't worry, I'm still Team Crown. But what kind of team needs to erase someone just to feel strong? What kind of institution needs to control who their former employees follow on social media? Meghan doesn't need that. She's living proof that freedom is worth more than a title. She's building brands that speak to joy, to self-care, to identity, to storytelling. Whether it's her work with Netflix, Spotify, her soon-to-be best-selling lifestyle line, or her philanthropic ventures, Meghan is thriving. And she doesn't need to follow or unfollow anyone to prove who she is. Meanwhile, the palace's former staff are still busy playing mean girl games on Instagram. Think about that. Think about how threatened they must be if they're still making moves to distance themselves from a woman who left years ago. But Meghan never needed their approval.
Moments, the Duke of Sussex
she never needed their stylist. And she never needed their crown, because the real crown is one of integrity, of purpose, of courage. And Meghan Markle wears that beautifully. So let Natasha Archer play her Instagram games. Let the palace insiders send their cowardly little signals. Let them pretend they're not watching, even though they very clearly are. Because what they don't understand is that every petty move only confirms the power of the woman they're trying to erase. Kate Middleton's personal assistant unfollows Meghan Markle on Instagram.
Make sure that you're nice and
After
relaxed,
changing profile to
all you
public
have to do is
people, exclusively revealed recently that Natasha Archer is departing Kensington Palace after 15 years working for the Prince and Princess
After a
of
brief
Wales
safety
Kate.
training,
Middleton's close aide Natasha Archer
We are going to be
reportedly unfollowed Meghan Markle on
We are going to be
Instagram
doing
after
one
taking
run
her
from here,
profile.
reaching
Public people
up
broke the
to
news on
100
July
kilometers an
9th
hour.
that Archer was departing her role at Kensington Palace after 15 years of service. Archer, 37, is shifting gears to pursue a new business venture. Kate Middleton's longtime personal assistant, Natasha Archer, made some recent changes to her Instagram page.
I feel my competitive
Princess
juices
of Wales's
flowing.
right-hand
Good luck, mate.
Good
who is
luck.
departing Kensington
it was
Palace
Harry's
after
turn.
15 years
Don't
of
make
service.
international news.
People exclusively revealed on July 9th.
Since leaving the royal
recently
family
made her
nearly
Instagram
4 years
page
ago,
public.
the Duke and Duchess's
Taking a look
every
at her
move
follow
has made
list,
headlines.
Royal
And
watchers
just last
reportedly
week,
noticed
an
that
unexpected
Archer followed Meghan
diagnosis
Markle
for Harry's
and
father,
the Duchess
King
of
Charles.
Sussex's as ever brand
How did you
on
get the news
Instagram.
that the king was ill?
However,
I
she
spoke
has
to him.
since unfollowed the
And what did
page's
you
dot,
next?
the veteran royal
jumped on a
staffer,
plane and
widely known
went
as
to go and see him as
Princess
soon as I
Kate's
could.
unofficial
How was that
stylist,
visit for you
had
emotional?
also been following Daniel Martin,
Look, I
Delphina
love
Blackbeard,
my family.
and
The fact
Heather
that I was-
Dorak,
the fact that I was able
friends
to get on a
considered
plane
to
and
be
go
in
and see
Meghan's
him
inner
and spend any
circle,
time with him,
though those
I'm
names
grateful for
didn't
that.
appear in her
What's sort of
following list
your outlook on
as of July
his health?
17th.
That stage.
Archer had also unfollowed the
almost
highbrow
feel like
hippie
they can
page
have
affiliated
a
with Meghan's hair
galvanizing or
colorist
sort of
Katie Lee,
reunifying effect
and
for
fashion
them. Is
blogs
that
dedicated
possible
to
in this
chronicling both
sure.
Meghan and Kate's
you know,
style after taking her page public. As of July 17th, Archer's Instagram is following two of the Duchess of Sussex's former Suits co-stars, Abigail Spencer and Sarah Rafferty. She is also following the official handles for Princess Kate and Prince William, as well as King Charles and Queen Camilla, in addition to the public personal profiles belonging to royal family members, Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice's husband, Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi. Archer, quote S namesake Instagram page, had drawn a following of over 6,500, with no posts.
How's Harry the dad?
The bio reads luxury consultancy with her name in the profile icon and features a link to a website which is coming soon. Archer was originally hired as a personal assistant to both Prince William and Princess Kate in 2010, and over time she became an integral part of Kate's inner circle.
How are you enjoying your
During her
time
royal
living
service,
in
Archer was instrumental in ushering Kate's public fashion from girl
feel
next door
American?
to a regal aesthetic reflecting her status as future queen, curating her wardrobe for intense international tours,
Would you think about
countless
becoming a
royal
citizen?
outings and milestones like the hospital
I have
photo call
considered it,
following the
yeah.
birth of Prince George.
What would
In
stop you from
2017,
doing it?
Archer married
no
Getty
idea.
Images royal
It's-
photographer
I'm
Chris
here
Jackson
standing
after
next
they
to this
met
with
on
these
the
guys
job.
since the American citizenship
She was
is-
honoured with the Royal Victorian
It's a-
Order
it's a
in
thought that has crossed my
2019
mind.
in
It's certainly
recognition
not
of her
something that's a high
service to the
priority
Royal
for me.
Household.
from Invictus, what else
In
have you-
2022,
what's keeping
the
you
royal
busy
staffer,
when
affectionately
you're out of the house?
nicknamed
Everything.
Tash,
Yeah?
was
Everything in the
promoted
house,
to
everything outside
senior
the house.
private executive assistant
So, no,
to the
the-
Prince and
the
Princess
mission
of
continues
Wales.
and
According to her
every element
LinkedIn
of the
profile,
work
the job
continues,
involved
and before you know it,
managing
February next
clothing,
year,
diary
this time
and
in a year's time, we're
projects.
going to be right here.
People
doing all
broke
this
the
again.
news
Hopefully
last
you'll be
week
here.
that Archer was departing her palace
and we're going to have the
position
whole
to
of
establish
Western
her
and hopefully the
own
whole of
private
Canada
consultancy.
screaming these guys on for an epic
People
games.
understands the
Back on
Prince
the
and
skeleton
Princess of
track,
Wales
Harry
household
making it
has
safely to
wished
the bottom,
Natasha the
hitting a
very
top
best
speed
for
of
the exciting
99 kilometers
opportunities
or
ahead.
61
Meghan
miles per
shines,
hour.
and no amount of unfollowing will change that. Thank you so much for spending time with me today,
Then,
Royal
my
Sussex
turn.
Squad. As always, it's an honour to stand in truth with you.
It seems to
If this
matter
breakdown
so much
gave
to
you some
what-
clarity or just made you roll your eyes
where
at the
do
palace
you
mess,
get the
go ahead
desire
and give
to
it a
be
thumbs
so
up.
involved in
Hit that
helping other
subscribe
people?
button
I've
if
always
you
had a
haven't
life of
already,
service,
and if
then
you'd
I
like
get
to
my
support
fix
the
being
channel
part of the-
and help us
with
keep
these
the
guys.
truth flowing,
There's no version
you
of
can
me coming
always
here,
drop a super
watching them
thanks
and
down
not getting
below.
involved myself.
We'll keep calling it like it is. We'll keep celebrating
Watching
Harry
here,
and
that certainly
Meghan,
rings
and we'll
true.
keep
His whole
reminding the
time
world that
on the mountain,
pettiness
he
can't
was
dim
engaging in
purpose.
all the activities
Until next time,
and
stay
talking
bold,
to the
stay
competitors,
beautiful, and
really
stay
immersing
Sussex
himself
strong.
in
Peace
all this.
and
And
love
coming up
always.
in our second hour, we have an all-access exclusive look at Harry's preparations for next year's